Hi everyone, I'm Journal Page and I'm going all rainbow today. I'm working in this sketchbook, whatever, and it's just a sketchbook. I didn't prime it, there is no gesso. I'm just going to work on top of it, and I'm going to use distress inks and water, but you don't need to have distress inks. I'm just going to show you the colors that I've picked. I've got Seedless Preserve, a barn door, I've got spiced marmalade, a fossilized amber, crushed olive, cracked pistachio, a salty ocean, and wilted violet. Now, you don't need to have distress inks for this technique. You can use whatever water soluble things you have. You can use watercolors, even water soluble oil pastels, gelatos. The only thing is that you activate whatever you use on some non-porous surface. Like this is just a thick craft foam. It can be any kinds of plastic. This is metal, just so you will have something to put your paint on. You can even use acrylic paint, just add a little bit of water. And what I'm going to start with is the yellow. So I'm going to put some here. I'm not sure if it will work because this is not completely non-porous. Some of it will get in, so we'll see. And I'm going to take a little bit of the orange color here and a little bit of this what looks to me more like lime green, but whatever. And I'm going to put some water on top of it with a spray bottle. So let's see. So I'm activating the ink on top of this surface, flipping it over, and now I'm just pushing it in. And it's a little bit difficult here where I have the fold, but it doesn't need to be perfect. I like it like this. So wiping it out. Of course, if I've used something like this, it would be even more difficult to get here in the fold, but you can always just go in with a brush and fill it in if it's really bothering you. So moving on to the orange color. Again, I'm putting on top of most of the circle the orange color, and I'm just adding the next color here, which is the red. Again, activating. I'm just spraying to the side so I won't get it on my paper, flipping it over, and let's see, I'm going to go like this. Okay, I like it. So again, cleaning it, and the red now. Most of the circle will be red, and then I will put the next color at the edge. And activating. Like so. Yeah. Again, I'm cleaning. And now I'm just going to do the end color. The end color of my rainbow, for that matter. Okay. So it doesn't seem like it spread on. So I'm just helping it. Okay. Another one. For this project, it's great to have sketch paper because it absorbs the paint almost immediately, whatever it is you're using. So I really like it. And if I didn't want it to absorb the paint immediately, then I would put gesso first. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing to here and use the other colors that I've picked for my rainbow. Okay, let's see. Yeah. So I'm going to finish the rainbow and then I'll come back. Okay, so I've got my circles of rainbow, and what I want to do now is add a lot of splatter in the colors that I've used, and I'm just going to start again. I'm going to take the yellow on top of a non-porous surface, really doesn't matter what, activate with water so I will have something to play with, and I'm taking a fan brush like so and just splattering. Now I want to splatter mostly where I have the yellow circle, but it really doesn't matter that it spreads. I'm adding more water, it's not enough. And now I will just go and do the same thing with the other colors. I will just take now, if it's the orange, like so, water, and again splattering. Now the orange and the yellow are hardly noticeable, but that's what I have in terms of the distress inks. Of course I can switch to something else that will react with water, like I can take some watercolors. I don't have to stick to this. I can take some of my watercolors and take an orange here, orange color, and now I've got something a little bit more noticeable. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do this again and again with the colors I have, the red, the Seedless Preserve here, and that's what I'm going to do with the rest of the double spread. So I'm going to do it and I'm coming back. So as you can see, I've finished with the splatter. Now I need for everything to dry before I continue. I want to add all kinds of elements to my page, so I'm going to move this aside. I've got something underneath. It's the end of my art journal and it's a little bit difficult to work on it, so I just stuck something underneath. Okay, so this is the side, and I wanted at the middle of my double spread to stencil this, stencil Good Vibes Only, but I'm concerned about the fold again. So what I'm thinking is that I will stencil it on this piece of tissue paper, and it would be easier to just glue it to my page. This is some kind of sticky stencil. I don't really like them. I always need to put something, so the adhesive is quite strong, so either they are tearing when you are trying to remove them from the acetate, or they are sticking too much to your page. But I really liked the stencil, so I'm just going with it, and I'm thinking of just putting some baby powder at the back so it won't be sticky anymore. But right now I'm just going to put it on my top. I'm off camera and I hope it will work. So just going to put it like this, or okay, and some black acrylic paint. Let's put it on this, I don't care. Taking some makeup sponge, and I'm going to dab it so I won't have too much excess paint, and it's better to go like this than have some spillage underneath. I prefer to do a double layer of stenciling instead of it's spreading underneath. Just going over and over until I've got the coverage that I like. So that's going to be at the center of my page, and I want all kinds of elements to the side and also framing my page, and I was thinking about all kinds of black and white elements, and I will show you in a minute what I'm talking about. So I'm going to continue stenciling this off camera, and what I've done is I took some scrapbook paper I have, and I also have some black Bristol paper, and I'm going to look for some more scrapbook paper that is more white. And what I want to do is to make all kinds of embellishments on top of it. Like I've got this stencil, this one I made, and what I want to do is take like a white jelly roll pen. I don't know if it's a jelly roll or just gel pen, whatever. It can be a Posca pen, whatever you've got, and just make myself some black and white elements like so. So I've got like this, and just making a stem and connecting. And I'm thinking, let's work with some more lines. It doesn't have to be lines. You can decorate with whatever you want. And if you've already got some kind of black and white elements, you can use them. So I'm just playing with it, and I'm not even sure I'm going to use this, because I'm thinking maybe I will prefer something on white and with black lines. I'm not sure. So I can do it on this black, I can do on this, and I can make this and decide later what I prefer the most. Here it works the same, just using the stencil to create something else. You don't always have to use it just as a stencil. And once again, and I'll be working on it. So I'm going to find something else that is not black and do the opposite to see if it works better for me, and I'll be back. I'm back. So this is dry. I've got this centerpiece, and I've got some black and white elements, and we'll get to it in a minute. I want to glue this down. I'm using plain white glue, and I'm using a soft brush because it's tissue paper and I don't want it to tear or anything. And I'm going to start with the middle here. Let's see, I'm hoping this is not crooked, and I'm going to put some glue and hope that all this distress ink is dry so there won't be any smudging because it's water activated. But if it's completely dry, it's not supposed to react. Let's hope so. And I'm also doing it very lightly, so now I'm just tapping it here to the fold, and I'm going from the inside towards the outside. There will be some wrinkles, don't mind. I just want the letters to be recognized, that's it. Otherwise I really don't care if I have wrinkles. I think I haven't put enough glue here, and maybe once it's dry I will go over it with some permanent black marker if it's needed. I don't know, we'll see. So I've got some smearing here, some of the splattering. It seems not completely dry, but it's good enough. Okay, so once again on top, from the inside towards the outside, like I do with paper napkins. And I have a tear here, but here we go. Okay, so this is in place, almost completely disappears into the background, which is good. And now I've got my black and white elements that I think I'm going to play with. At first I thought I will use just either black or white. The white I've done on this scrapbook paper. It doesn't have to be, it can be completely white background. It can be on coloring pages, on magazine pages, just whatever you like. If you want some pattern in the back, you can do it. If you if you don't want, then just do on plain white paper. It's really up to you to play with whatever you've got. And I'm thinking of doing all black and white and just playing with it. I'm not sure yet. Let's see. I don't know. Oops. Maybe add this here, like so, and have this one here, and just one more here. And maybe like this. I think I can live with it. Maybe I need to do another one here, I don't know. So this is probably what it's going to be. I just want to show you another thing. While I was doing this elements on black and white, I had more of the tissue paper I used here, so I just made more elements on tissue paper, and now I can use them on another project. And what's great about it is that because it's on tissue paper, like here, it almost disappears completely into the background once you're gluing it with white glue. So I'm thinking maybe I will do just one more, a black one, or maybe put this black here and this one here. Okay, this is it. I think this what's going to be. So I'm just going to put some glue and stick everything, wait for this to dry, and then I'll come back. I'm back. So everything is stuck down and this is dry, and I'm going to rush through the ending. A migraine is starting and it's not fun. So I'm not responsible for what I'm going to say because my head is throbbing and I really want to finish this page. So I wanted to make some kind of frame, all kinds of ways to go about it, and I've already cut from the same scrapbook paper. I've showed you some strips of this, so I can use this. If you have all kinds of washi tapes, you can also use it. You can stamp. Even these elements, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to make your own. You can use stamps and decorate your page. So really all kinds of ways to go about it. And I just wanted to show you something here where if I have areas that I don't like, or the tissue paper didn't stick so well, or it's noticeable, I can just go again, take my distress inks with some kind of brush or a sponge and just go in and add some color. Another thing, you don't like the color that you have here, again I can just take the distress ink with some kind of makeup sponge or with a brush. It really doesn't matter, and I can add more like this. Just play with it. And so this is not the end. You can always enhance it however you like. So I want to, as I said, I want to make some border to that will frame my page. I'm putting some glue stick because my washi tape is not that great, and I'm just going to put some pieces like so. It doesn't even have to have the same pattern. I can switch to something else if I can find where it starts. Here it is. And again, just putting a little bit of glue stick. I'm just going to turn it so it would be easier for me, and put a little piece of washi tape like so. Let's do the same here. I'm not trying to be precise, it really doesn't matter. I'm just adding this element. So as I said, there will be some kind of framing to my page. I can also just take some kind of marker and go around my page and do some lines, if it's straight, wavy, whatever you like. Just have fun with it. Let's take another washi tape. I hardly use them, so it's probably good to use them now. The adhesive in the back is just horrible. Almost non-existent. So I'm not sure I'm putting it straight. As I said, the migraine has started, and even the light is just piercing my brain. Okay, maybe I will add some more washi tape in some areas. Maybe I will add some stamping. Maybe I will glue more of this strips I've cut from the scrapbook paper. We'll see. This is it for today. I hope you liked it. I hope you have fun making your own rainbow. So thank you for watching, and thank you for leaving me comments down below. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.